Hey guys, this is Jeff here, and today I have a brand new guest for you guys. I have Colin is here with me today. How are you doing?
What's up, guys?
Hey,
My
what's
name's
up, man? So
What's
to
up?
go ahead real quick to our audience and introduce yourself to our audience. Tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
My name's Collin Hayes. I'm from California. I'm a full-time eBay reseller. I sell pre-owned electronics, and I've been doing that for about maybe, let's say, 6 or 7 years. But just the last year and a half, I've taken it really seriously since quarantine started. I had a lot of free time, so that kind of accelerated my growth a little bit and gave me a
Yeah.
reason to push on eBay.
So Colin, tell everybody in the audience how old you are.
I'm 24 years old.
All right, cool. Now I subscribe to your YouTube channel and tell them a little bit about what your sales have been for the past 90 days.
So right now, my 90-day total is around 170,000. Um, I've kind of had a slow month last month. It's been 44,000 for my 30-day total. But for me, that's kind of like a baseline around 40,000. It's kind of similar for David too. Um, so basically, like if I'm hitting like a $60,000 month, a lot of times that means that I just had a few incredible deals. But like a norm for me for like the last year is around 40,000 a month in terms of sales. Um,
Okay, cool. And so you're 24 and you live in California, right? And you
yes,
mainly sell vintage or used electronics. And you said you sells right now anywhere between 40 to 60,000 a month right now on eBay. So I got the
yeah,
question for you. This video is all about how to grow and scale your eBay business. And I'll let our audience know that our guest here is only 24 years old, and if he's able to do it, you guys can do it too. So tell people, what would you say is maybe your top two or three tips that would help someone grow and scale their eBay business from zero or from where they're at right now to where they can get to the point where they're making 40, 50, 60,000 a month.
yeah. So first, you need to know like my first tip would be knowing like what are you even trying to do. If you're just trying to do eBay as a side hustle, then um, I mean you're obviously probably not going to get to this type of level. If you're not working on it every single day. Like for me, I'm working at least 5 to 8 hours every day on eBay. Um, I'll take like Sundays off, but you definitely have to be able to really see yourself doing more than what you're already doing. I think a lot of people put like ceilings like on what they can do. Like uh, that's why like when I moved in with my roommate, we both decided to do eBay together, and we both kind of pushed each other, and we both kind of bounced off ideas and let kind of gave ourselves like a better visual of like what we can really do. Because like me by myself, I noticed I put a lot of ceilings like on what I can do. So back in the day, I used to think like 10,000 a month. This was literally like a year and a half ago. I think like 10,000 a month was like literally just if I was doing that, that's all I need to do at that point. But when you're like kind of like when you're networking or talking with someone that does the same thing as you, and you guys see one person doing a little better, and then we kind of just bounce off that energy and just kind of compete a little bit. You know what I mean? So I think it's good to like uh, it's good to know to have a few friends that are also doing eBay. Because when you're
Right.
doing it by yourself, you don't really have like if you're just doing it by yourself and you're not seeing what other people are doing, it's kind of like you might think you're doing really good, but that's just because you have nothing to compare it to. You know what I mean?
Right. So on your channel, you said that you usually try to list about 100 items a day. And so, I mean, getting the inventory to source is really important. So where do you go about sourcing to get your inventory from?
So ever since high school, I was always hitting the flea markets. I would like in high school, I would just do it like maybe a couple times a month, for like side income, and then in college, I would do the same thing. I would go a couple times a month, and I would just hit the flea market nearby where I lived by Fresno State, and I would go there, and then over time, um, I over time once me and David moved in together, um, I started sourcing like every day almost. I'd go to different flea markets all the time. I would travel um, I was just really exploring and finding. I was just traveling a lot and finding a lot of new places, and over time I found a few people that could supply me more items than I could get if I were to just go every day. And that was a big thing for me because it's hard to post. It's hard to take care of a warehouse where you're doing all this and sourcing at the same time. So it was important for me to find a place where I could, buy a lot of items and not have to do it every single day. So,
Right. So if you can buy
yeah,
in bulk and source in bulk and get 400 or 500 or 1,000 items at once instead of cherry picking and only getting, a handful of items, it would take you forever to get that much inventory to list. And then you talked about being consistent. And so talk about being consistent on your eBay store. And then I think you talked a little bit about your account health as well.
yeah. So just one more thing about sourcing. Like if you don't have, if you're not getting the amount of items you want every week, then obviously you need to be trying new places. You can't keep going to the same spot and expecting the same result. And you also have to lower your so like when you're looking for items, you can't be trying to get the best items that are there, because there's obviously only so many like rare, expensive items. You kind of have to lower your standards and get more like common items. I learned that from Daily Refinement. He talks about like household items or everyday value items. But so that's important too. Is that like that's a part of how I get 100 listings up a day. Is I'm not trying to list only crazy items. I also sell items for parts and stuff like that. And even though a lot of them, maybe they're not like there's not a lot of money there, they just keep me consistent, and I can still do 100 every day. And I just like that. I like that consistency.
Right. Well, that's the thing is that even if there are $10 items and you listed 100 of them a day, if what's $10 times 100, that's like what, $1,000 worth of merchandise, right? That you listed that day.
Yeah,
So it
yeah,
definitely can add up. But yeah, I have like 7,500 items in my eBay store, and I'm not hitting nowhere near 60,000 a month in sales. Like I'm making some sales, but it's not nowhere near that amount. So now let's talk about your consistency and tell everybody about account health. So I've had an issue in the past on my eBay store where my account went like below standard because I had some late shipments.
yeah,
I had some people that had maybe opened up a case. I had this guy that opened up a case against me, and they said that his package got lost in the mail or something. And I was thinking like, okay, well, I just ignored it because I was thinking like, well, I got the right address. Surely it'll show up at his door the next day or two, and then the case will
yeah,
get dismissed. And it didn't work that way. So eBay dinged me for this guy opened up an account against me. And even though it's only a $10, $15, $20 item, when someone opens up a case against your account, that could ding your account and you could fall below standard. So tell everybody about
yeah,
your eBay account health, because if your account falls below standard, that affects your traffic. It affects your whole account.
yeah. Falling below standard you could literally just your whole account could just be shot down. Like the fees will get just way too high for it to even be worth it for you to sell. So back in the day, I used to not really like monitor it that good, and I would fall below standard a lot. And like I think January of 2021, I had like a limit on my account of like $1,000 a month on eBay. So I was literally, and it was like maybe like 100 listings I could post for the whole month. It was like a really bad limit. And so
Yeah.
when that happened, I knew that if I was going to actually do eBay, that I need to figure out how I can get that unlocked and not have that happen. Because if you start taking on a lot of overhead and then all of a sudden you're below standard and you can't sell that much, or you have a limit placed on your account, obviously it's not going to be good. So nowadays what I do is I just have the same routine. First thing when I go into the warehouse, I do all my messages and I take care of those. I go through all of them. And then I go to my returns and I make sure all the returns are either accepted, the ones that are requested, I make sure they're all accepted. And then as well, I make sure all the returns that are delivered have been refunded. And I also go, and then once I'm done with that, I go to my seller performance tab and I go to so once you go on seller performance, it'll show you like how many defects you have right now. It'll show you your shipping time, whether it's like below, and they all have like little, it has a percentage in it. It says like how much you have left till you're below standard or above standard. So I check that every single day. And as soon as I notice like a little bit creeping, like if I get a new defect or if I notice um, my shipping time getting a little slower, I'll get on it right away. So like if I have a defect, I'll try to see what it is. And if it's something that, a lot of times it's something that I don't even know like what the reason was for the defect. So I'll just call eBay right away and I'll ask them if they can remove it for me because I'm not sure. I'll ask them to explain what it is. And a lot of times they'll remove it and a lot of times they won't. But once I like just knowing, just like monitoring it every day and knowing that knowing what's going on, it helps out a lot. Because like let's say my defects are getting a little high, well I know that I need to really clamp down on making sure I don't get another one, you know. So
right.
And
so
sometimes it's hard to control that too. But like I said, you can call eBay and sometimes they'll help you out.
All right, now tell people what is your biggest secret, or what was like your biggest piece of advice that you could give somebody if they want to grow and scale their eBay business? Because you have a big warehouse as well. Not everybody has that much space to have, 8,000 or 10,000 items in an eBay store. So what would you tell them like is your biggest piece of advice as far as growing and scaling your eBay business?
My biggest piece of advice is I would say you got to monitor where you're putting your attention. Sounds kind of corny, but like when you wake up in the morning, like what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like for me, when I wake up, I'm getting ready and I'm going to go straight to the warehouse and I'm going to work. And when I'm at the warehouse, I try not to be on my phone because obviously social media and there's a lot of stuff on the phone that could really just, you could be in the warehouse for 8 hours, but you might have spent 3 or 4 hours on your phone, not even realizing it. So I think it really just comes down to how much focus and attention you can put on what you want to do. So like if you're trying to scale your eBay business, how much attention are you putting on that every day? Like if you're putting 5 to 6 hours of just straight focus on eBay every day, whether that's trying to find new sources or trying to list more or whatever it is, you're going to get better. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? So you got to obviously be really interested and you got to have some enthusiasm about eBay if you're going to do it and scale like that. Because if you get bored, obviously you're probably not going to be paying much attention. But that would be my main tip, really. And I guess another tip would be not trying to do too much. Like if you're trying to sell on Facebook and Mercari and OfferUp and whatever other platforms, I would say that might be a bad move if you're trying to grow on eBay because those all have like message inboxes and they all have their own like ways of operating. Facebook and OfferUp aren't that hard, but I don't know about Mercari and Amazon and that, but I know they have their own rules too and how you operate on there. And if you're trying to grow on eBay and you hardly know how to operate that and you're trying to operate 5 at the same time just as a single person, it's going to be pretty hard for you to really grow. So I'd say try to focus on one thing and grow there rather than trying to do a lot of things and really not get nowhere. You know what I mean?
All right, cool. Hey, Collin, tell everybody where they can find you at on YouTube and Instagram. We're trying to keep this video like 10, 15 minutes long, but I have all the links down below so everybody can go by and check you out on YouTube and Instagram, but let them know where they can find you at.
My YouTube name it's just my name, Collin Hayes, and on Instagram, my Instagram name is Collin You to Say Hayes. And my eBay store is the Tech Facility.
All right, awesome. Now, do you have any final words of wisdom you could leave our audience with that would help them out?
Final words of wisdom. Shoot. I feel like I already gave a lot of info, man. That's a hard one for me right now, man.
Well, it's just, I feel like that one of my biggest issues that I have is just reinvesting capital back into my eBay business. Because it's cool to say, okay, yeah, let's say you made $5,000 this month. Well, then you have to take a chunk of that money that you made and reinvest it to buy more inventory for the following month. So I just wanted to say that's kind of really important as far as, reinvesting capital back into buying more inventory for your business. And if you took that money out of your business and went on a vacation or whatever to Disney World, and then you came back, now you're at square one again because you have to have more capital to invest in your business. So anyways, guys, go ahead and follow our guest. He's right around 500 subscribers. We're trying to get him to 1,000 subscribers. I subscribe to his channel. His YouTube channel is called Collin Hayes. And you go by and check him out. Like I said, he's got videos showing you his warehouse, showing you how he stores his merchandise, showing you his photo station, his shipping station, all of that. So go ahead and check him out. Follow him on YouTube and Instagram. We'll catch you guys in the next video. You guys have a great day. Bye, guys.